AGN loves it. Guys, welcome to some more salt farming entertainment. Yeah, I know you guys that always used to like watching me salt farm still love it, and you've been missing it. Well, guess what? We're adding some more of that in because let's keep it interesting, right? I'm telling you, it's not easy to make 3 videos a day. Now, we got some interesting comments to get into this video. But the funny thing here is that Xbox fanboys are really getting butthurt, and they're coming in with their little hordes of likers and all that, and you know how all this stuff works. So here's the thing. I had a video the other day that says Xbox Helix may have a disk drive, but PlayStation will still destroy you. It's over. Now, apparently they couldn't handle this and what I said. So let's go ahead and get into these comments. Become a member, leave a tip down below, like, comment, subscribe. Here we go. All right, so the first one is Kings, right? This is this guy's comment. This is actually funny. We got a good amount of comments to get into here, so get ready. I'll zoom in again for you guys, all right? So he says he talks about Xbox every single day. No, but I know what you mean, though. I still think it's funny that you type the days, though. Yes, bro. Okay, so let me tell you something right now. Who has the most interviews, talks the most? Because we know Nintendo never says anything, right? Unless you look for something, right? But who has the most interviews and does the most talking, the most scripting, the most PR damage control? Xbox. You remember how many interviews Phil Spencer used to do? I mean, a lot. You look at the PlayStation world, they will say something every once in a while, and lately they're telling you by ending physical, man, we ain't got to talk to you. I'm going to talk to the press, man. Get on with that. They don't talk a whole lot. In the Xbox world, you get 100 articles a month. I'm not joking. So if you're covering gaming, right, then who talks the most and who has the most to talk about and who has the most problems? Xbox does. Apparently, they can't handle that. You act like I haven't made a ton of PlayStation videos. I have. They should do a ton of PlayStation salt farming. But yeah, the spectrum has shifted. So, hey, deal with it. So me talking about Xbox every single day, yeah, lately, that's the thing to talk about. They keep talking, so I'm going to keep on criticizing because I'm looking through the mirage. Obviously, you can't do that, so AGN is going to do that. Now, going down, he says, and you watch every single day. Yeah, AGN is entertaining. And they know I'm right. They just like Xbox. Okay, I've never said you were wrong for liking Xbox. Once again, AJ never made a video back then when I started doing this harassing Xbox content creators. I was literally talking about Microsoft and Xbox, and they got mad and came into my channel and started coming after me. Guys, look at the difference here. I'm criticizing a $1 trillion greedy corporation and its lies and its monopolies and its greed and its damage to the gaming industry and its damage to a brand I used to care about. And they're the ones bootlicking and coming to defend them. They act like I'm sitting over there bootlicking Sony. What do you mean? If that was the case, I would have never slammed them as hard as I did a year and a half or 2 ago, consistently. Microsoft is the one that's made the most mistakes lately. They have so many problems. So don't sit here and tell me I talk about Xbox every single day like that's all there is. No, bro, there's just so much to cover in this world that it's just like that. You can't talk about Nintendo that much because there's a weird negative algorithm that possibly only works for them unless you have like a huge channel or whatever and you've been doing that your whole life. It's not easy. Or unless you're like RGT85 right here, this guy right here where I have the mouse at right above my head. Yeah, he could do that. But I mean, he has like 600,000-700,000 subscribers, so that's different. If I could talk about Nintendo more, I would, but nobody watch it as much. It's not easy to cover Nintendo's algorithm. It's tough to crack. It's different. So he says, because I want to hear about Xbox. My point exactly. Draco, I know he's on here. I don't have a problem with him, but he says, yeah, he hates Microsoft. I definitely don't like Microsoft, 100%. He loves PlayStation and Nintendo. I definitely love Nintendo. I like PlayStation sometimes. I do love them. It's kind of like I don't know, man. It's like a love and hate relationship sometimes, but never really talk about them. I talk about PlayStation a lot. Are you kidding me? Dude, I have so many PlayStation videos on my channel. Are you kidding me? It's not even funny. But anyways, that was the first comment. Now let's get down to some more funny ones. Here goes Red Fire Fox next. I'd rather buy Helix over PlayStation 6. Okay, so you can do that if you want to, but let me tell you something. You're in the minority. It's going to be a niche audience. Sony ain't getting my money any longer at the start of next gen. So this is somebody that's mad because Sony is ending physical copies in 2028, but doesn't realize Microsoft has been doing that. And they even void your disc. It's kind of like in the same digital situation. This is what I don't understand about this mentality, and I've said this tons of times. Just because Sony's ending physical discs does not mean if you're going to Xbox, you're going to get better treatment. You're insane if you believe that. It's been worse over there. They've been trying to support, like I said, Series S, discless model, 77% of the sales. How many times do I have to say this? Game Pass, the last 2 generations, and getting on the cloud and putting codes in the boxes. and telling you to get on the Xbox app on PC. Everything is an Xbox. None of these support physical copies. Get out of here with that. Now, if you told me you were going to Nintendo, I would say, you know what? You're making an intelligent decision. That's where physical is actually supported. Nowhere else in the universe except there in the gaming sphere. I'm telling you. And don't tell me about GOG. It doesn't have what you need. I love GOG, but like you have to do weird stuff for that. And even then, that's not what you're looking for. It's not going to be those premium games. It's very limited, but I love the service. That's why I mentioned it. People probably wouldn't have bring it up. But guess what? When you look on PC, 90-something%, 95, 96% use Steam. If GOG was so amazing and people care about backwards compatibility and physical, then GOG would be much bigger. You're a bunch of hypocrites and you're just hate on Sony 24/7. Get out of here with that. So you making that decision, though, that's okay if that's what you feel. But I'm telling you right now, you're in for a rude awakening when you realize all those third-party developers are going to be moving with PlayStation, and none of them are putting physical copies out in the store anymore. It's going to be codes in the boxes. So what you going to do? You ain't getting PlayStation exclusives. You're not getting Nintendo exclusives because you don't have a Switch 2. What you gonna be doing then? You can already get a Helix type aspect on the PC world. You see what I mean? That's why I said to me, the Xbox Helix is irrelevant. It doesn't mean anything. How much does Sony pay you? So fake. This is one of the funniest comments. Okay, so I would like for you to tell me where you think Sony is sending me an email and sending me money to make these videos. Sony is not paying me at all. If they did, oh yeah, that would actually be nice. I'd make videos for Sony to pay me to slam Xbox. I sure would. It's just not fake. But is Sony paying me somewhere, lining my pockets at the side? No, I don't see that happening. No, I'm doing this out of my own free will. So this, guys, this comment is funny. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Let's zoom in. Oh no, I can't zoom in anymore. That's kind of funny. But look, this is the most I can zoom in, but this is still pretty good. Definitely if you're on mobile. So Sony is paying me and my videos are fake. I want you guys to tell me where my stuff is fake. You know what? And you know what I find funny though? I feel like when I say this too, it's gonna be damage control, grifting, fake Xbox fanboys. You want to talk about fake, buddy? You might want to get out of the Xbox world because fake is over there, all caps lock. Sit down, bot. You don't know what you're talking about. Man, this dude is gonna talk about fake. Everything in the Xbox world has been fake for you to pass decade plus, definitely this generation, hiding all the failures. Then Satya and them finally came out and told you it was all a lie. But look at you, still over there coping. It's really bad in the Xbox world, guys. I don't know what to tell you. This is why I can't do content over there anymore. I'm like, man, this is so fake. I got to get out of here. How do I know? Because I was in there before. Kind of funny, huh? Yeah, I can call them all out, but there's some people I don't have problems with it. I think they're cool, so I'm not going to do that. You see? AGN ain't like that. Yeah, but I noticed that if you want to do content or if you want to criticize Xbox or Microsoft and they deserve it, somehow that's a bad thing. But it's not bad when Microsoft literally is the one that destroyed Xbox, destroyed the software, destroyed the market with Game Pass Day 1 games, lied to you 24/7, and that's all okay. But it's not okay to call it out. It's like some guy that literally committed a crime, and the bad thing is to expose him. That's how dumb Xbox fanboys are, guys. I just want to let you know that. Think about that, right? But that's them, though. That's the world that they live in. That's how slow they are, right? Go down to the next guy, Dreamcast guy 2. Here we go with this again. You know what I find so funny about this is that the reason why they're saying this is because how much I'm slamming Xbox. But I don't have his page where I'm getting like 15 to 20,000 views, sometimes 50,000. You know what I mean? At one point, I was supporting that. Dreamcast guy never did soul farming against PlayStation content creators. We're not the same. We're different. And I like Dreamcast guy 2's page. I think it's funny. Though I haven't been watching him as much as lately, but it is hilarious. And actually, his page has actually been pretty versatile lately. He does a lot of PlayStation exposing content as well. Just like I did the PlayStation disc exposing content. Like, you try to act like I have only ever done Xbox videos. No, bro, I don't think so. So he says, Dreamcast guy 2, you should be happy about it. Digital and physical will both be good. What makes you think that physical is good in the Xbox world when you don't even support 10% of the medium? And even at 10% in your world is garbage sales. 1% of physical support in the PlayStation world is probably higher than the 10% physical support in the Xbox world. That's what you don't understand. Like an Xbox game getting #1 on the Xbox store, a PlayStation game can be #12 on a PlayStation store and outsell that. That's how bad your market is. It's so dead in the water, it's not even funny. Matt Piscatella made it very clear, along with Daniel Ahmad, when he literally said that I find it funny that people are thinking that since Sony is announcing they're ending physical disc support, that going to Xbox is some sort of remedy. I don't think you guys get it, but the PlayStation physical support compared to Xbox is so high, it's not even funny. He literally said that the Xbox physical support is garbage, just like 1% and under. You're talking about a base that's programmed to not buy anything and want to rent with a diskless model. I'm telling you, I cannot take the Xbox fanboy world serious when it comes to actually starting talking about physical copies. Get out of here. No, that's just people crying in the PlayStation world. And then grifters and haters in the PC and Xbox world are butthurt Xbox fanboys. They're in a defeated mentality that wanted to cope on the PC side to make it seem like Steam was hovering over PlayStation and being better when they don't give no first-party games. They can't make a hardware to be successful. I'm trying to figure out how. When was ever any Steam product successful? What, Steam Deck's almost 6 years on the market or 5+ years and you barely sold 5 million copies? That's garbage. Steam Machine selling 12,000 consoles a week? Or PC-like consoles? Garbage. I'd like to see any other piece of hardware launch and do that. It's an abysmal failure. The Vita sold 14 to 15 million and people were laughing at them. The Wii U sold 15 to 16 million. It was garbage. And you're sitting here telling me that the Steam Deck sells 5 million, all of a sudden that's amazing? Dude, that's garbage. The Steam Machine is an utter failure. The first Steam machine failed significantly. So Valve cannot make a hardware, and they have no history of making a hardware of selling 100 million plus and having their own exclusives on there running through their own install base. They needed Windows to do that. I'm sorry, nobody compares to PlayStation or Nintendo. They're the only platforms to ever do that. The closest was 360 at 87 million, and they did it during that generation. That was one generation, and Microsoft blew all of that. And that was nice because we had an American identity in the gaming industry. Do you think I wanted that to die? No, I didn't. I don't like where it's at now, so I'm roasting. That's what a coach does when his team starts playing like trash. Or they get mad, they roast a coach and remove him and put another one there. See, when people start doing bad in the game, because this is competition, you start criticizing and roasting. That's what the industry does. That's just life in general. And if you ain't man enough, ain't got the balls enough to handle the truth, then what are you doing then? You ain't man enough then. You should be able to stand your ground. You're supposed to be a grown man here. But I tell you what, man, this is so infantile to me. It's crazy, like infantile quotes that I see over here. So don't be a Sony fanboy, my guy. Sorry, but I'm not a Sony fanboy. You would be better off calling me a Nintendo fanboy, but I'm not even that. I love Nintendo the most, though. So look, the funny thing is when I was doing Xbox content, I was being called an Xbot and an Xbox fanboy, an Xbox grifter. When I started doing PlayStation content and criticizing Xbox, I got called a pony after a while, and I'm the one that made the term pony sit down. When I was doing Nintendo content last year, before the Switch 2 came out, I was being called a Nintendo fanboy. When I was doing NVIDIA content and PC content, I was being called an NVIDIA fanboy. The funny thing is that whatever threatens somebody, they start calling you a fanboy in that spectrum. But how do you call me all of them from each angle without knowing that I like Nintendo the most? That's the funny thing is that you just don't know what you're talking about because you don't know me like that. I'll tell you. But no, I'm not no Sony fanboy. But I'll choose PlayStation over Xbox any day. I got all your games. I got a PS5 Pro to play everything better than you can do. I got PlayStation exclusives. They're only going to be in that world. I got a system that I can trust. Their digital world is better than your world. Your digital world is garbage. You can't even get your games available when the servers go offline. Get out of here. There's nothing trustworthy in there. And Satya ended up getting tired and selling off the company. So that's my thing about that. This guy says all you do is wake up and look for news articles about Xbox. What did I say again earlier? They talk the most and have the most articles 24/7 on Twitter and in other websites. Constant negative Xbox news, like 30 damn negative articles in a month. Or sometimes you get like 40 or 50 where Sony has one big one, and that's the physical disc medium. And shutting down Bluepoint. Other than that, they were actually having a good year other than that. Microsoft got all those layoffs, all those independent shutdowns, all the companies they ruined, all the Game Pass failures came out to you. 20 billion in the sinkhole without the Activision and Bethesda deal. It was all in front of you. Everything into the Xbox failed. Got rid of Phil Spencer, put her in there, all the talking and talking and talking. Can't even outsell the Switch 1. Consistent negative news 24/7. Halo garbage launch. Forza Horizon got leaked all over the place. Early access scam. Halo early access scam. Xbox servers going down. It's like constant negative news 24/7. Two Xbox leaders talking in circles. Exclusives here. Oh, no. We're still going to go multi-platform insta way. Matt Booty, yeah. Same thing again. Usher said something. He said something. Constant talking and with two faces. It's like this non-stop two-faced inconsistent pattern of not being able to stay consistent. So it's like, I'm calling it out and you're getting mad at me for that. It's like, yeah, because you want grifting. You don't want people to see the truth. Here goes this guy again. Wait a second, AGN. Are you basically insinuating that Microsoft should get out of the console business? Yes, because it's over. Go be a publisher. I noticed that every single video you make is all doom and gloom for Xbox. That's the way that you're taking it. But no, what's doom and gloom for Xbox is the position that it's in. AGN didn't do that. AGN doesn't have videos with like 40,000, 50,000 views and 100,000. Like I'm some Asmongold guy too, making 500, 700,000, influencing the YouTube world to not do something for Xbox. Microsoft did that to themselves. Get out of here. Yet you claim you aren't a hater. How? I supported every Xbox generation. What I don't like is Microsoft and what they've done. And it's no more Xbox. It's Microsoft Corporation. If you ain't figured that out, I don't know what to tell you. And all AI people that don't care about gaming that are there. And every dev coming out telling you that they don't. But of course, keep on sleeping at the wheel. LOL. Now that's funny. PS6 isn't going to be a major selling at all if it's going to hit that 1,000 plus price point. If it starts off like that, it's not going to sell like crazy. But I don't think Sony's going to sell it at $1,000. I think they're going to want it underneath that. And if the next Xbox list price is $1,200 and PS6 is $1,000, the next Xbox will match up very well against it. No, it will not. Nobody wants to buy Xbox. I'm telling you. It's not going to work like you think it is, bro. But if you want to believe that, go ahead. And if the next Xbox, like he said, then it will match up very well against it. If they are offering full backwards compatibility, bro, you had that with the Series X and S. It did not do anything for you. You could play all Xbox One and all Xbox 360 and Xbox original games. Nobody cared. Nobody wants to go play old Xbox games. They've been there forever. It didn't do anything for you. As a matter of fact, it's so bad and bankrupt that they start putting it on PC now to try to get a new crowd of people. And they want to put that on TVs and on mobile. It's the reason why it fails. If it's all good, you won't need to go anywhere else. You can stand on your own and actually be successful. What's so hard to understand about that? Why you think PlayStation Plus never left Sony's system? Well, Nintendo Switch Online's not going anywhere else. And I got this article about this coming up later. We're going to see what happens with that, though, but that's literally not going to do much. But the point here is that PlayStation can stand on its own. It doesn't need needle threads in its arms from all these different platforms. Nintendo ain't going nowhere ever. You see, they stand on their own. Xbox can't stand on its own. It needs life support. It needs to be drugged up by PlayStation, by Steam, and by Nintendo. If that's what it takes to survive and be a third-party publisher, please go ahead. But their exclusive identity is in the dirt, and everybody knows it. Satya even admitted he hates exclusives because there is no identity, there's no mascot. The guy actually came out and said that, but then he wants to let Asha come in there and play that game. And talk about hypocrisy, right? It's like, okay, man, and all the mistakes you made, you didn't want to admit? No, Phil Spencer was right. He had the right path. So offering full backwards compatibility, been doing that now. The only difference is you're going to get what, Xbox Series X games? Well, what did they do? Who bought those? They're all failures. Besides Forza. That already looks good enough. You already got your 60 frames. You can play it maxed out on PC right now. So tell me, how is that going to change anything? This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. You had your audience to reach in the PC world. Like to play everything, anything the Helix is going to do, you can do it right now with a 6080, 6090, 5080, 57, 5090, and DLSS 4.5. What is so hard to understand about this? You already have it. The only difference is that you couldn't play those settings on the Xbox Helix, or not Xbox Helix, but the Xbox Series X and S. So what you're doing is that you're trying to say that the Helix is going to offer backwards compatibility for Series X and X to play at the settings that you can already do right now in the PC world. That's why exclusive identity matters. But you ain't doing that with Switch 2 games because you can't get them in PlayStation 5 exclusives. AGN just proved it to you that the backwards compatibility stuff isn't going to do much for you. All they're talking about is the past again, because nobody's interested in them in the present. I'm sorry, I'm just telling you the truth. Along with the option drive. PS5 Pro had that. Guess what? Nobody was saying anything and buying it like that. It was barely selling. PS5 had a disk drive this whole generation, and their digital shot up to 82+%. I'm telling you, it's all fake. Except for the people that care. But even then, it's just to play old games. You got a PS5 and PS5 Pro for that. Until after 2028, I can understand that. Now, being a PS5 owner and wanting to stay on the PS5 Pro for longer, I can get that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that the majority of the world is already digital. Unless you're in the Nintendo world. Steam, don't even talk about it. It's been that way in the PC world. 100%. And the medium that Microsoft was pushing, cloud, stream, digital, Game Pass, Series S, all digital. Only in the PlayStation world is this phenomenon happening and people coming in to try to overhate and manipulate it. Outside of that, yeah, PlayStation gamers can say something, Nintendo gamers can say something. But if you're in the Xbox world or Steam world, please just be quiet because it's fake. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm like, no, hold on here. Why are you talking? You were all about Game Pass. And Series S is so great. And there had nothing to do with physical. You didn't give a damn about it. You never did. All of a sudden, you want to jump bandwagon. It's all BS. That's what I'm saying. I can't take the Xbox world serious. You want to talk about fake? Like I said, it's over here. Never heard you talk about nothing physical before, except to make PlayStation look a certain way because you're insecure. Now, you keep talking about PlayStation exclusives. You ain't getting them. And guess what? You don't know the future exclusives that's coming. Sony's going to have a lot of good games and money hats. They're not coming to your console. You better have a PC for that. They're sharing with Steam. When you break it down, the PlayStation exclusives damn sure do not sell like they should when you consider there's 90 million PlayStation shipped. Some of them don't, yeah. But they're still good games. I ain't missing what you mean. God of War still sells good. Ghost of Yote sold good. Spider-Man sold really good. Now, if you want to talk about something like Sorrows or Returnal, that's Sony's fault. Those games should have been $49.99. Splatoon Raiders is how you do it. I'm just saying, I think Sony made a mistake with House Marquee. I think they make good games, but they shouldn't have put those games at $70. I'll sit here and tell you, that's dumb. Big mistake. Yeah, no. But certain other PlayStation exclusives, they sold fine. And what makes you think that Xbox gamers give a damn about PlayStation games? Bro, I know he did. Guys, I know he did not just do this. Oh. Let Microsoft remove Call of Duty off PlayStation. Oh, you mean because they went to hit the buy button off of that? Off of somebody else's multi-generation and build-up so they could just put their name tag off of it. Oh, I got Call of Duty because I got no soul and I can't be successful. Everything I had organically all failed. Bungie left because I can't keep anything. I poison and destroy everything internally. I have no soul and I can't grow. That's Microsoft. So let me hit the buy button. They're the loser in the free-to-play game. They can't reach meta and it's getting destroyed in the stats. So they go on the market and they hit the buy button 24/7 because they can't do it legitly. That's Microsoft for you. They ain't got no soul. And they can't even do the rotation right. They can't do anything right in the gaming industry. Then they hire all these AI people. It's like, oh yeah, bro, I'll keep telling you. That's Microsoft. Hit the buy button. Hit the buy button. Yeah, because I can't do it. PlayStation and Nintendo are legitimately winning. Though Sony does some scummy stuff, Nintendo's the best overall. Everybody knows that. I mean, internally, because it's all about their games. Like, they sold all their hardware because of their development and publishing. Sony's a hybrid. They're the big third-party vampire, but then at the same time, they support and give to a lot of third-party developers and publishers, and they grow on their platform big time. That's why the physical phenomenon is so big. They supported so much of the gaming industry, third-party-wise, for a very long time. Don't act like they didn't. Microsoft blew up because of Halo. And then Gears came in after that in the 360 era. But you didn't get an Xbox for third-party games. You got it mostly because you wanted to play Halo back then. You see, and once Halo died off and Forza's the only thing left over, everything else is I hit the buy button to cover my failures. And even by hitting that buy button and spending $100+ billion, I'm in a worse position than I am in the Xbox One era. It's pathetic. And if you can't admit that, then I do not take you intellectually serious. You're intellectually dishonest in that world. And everybody knows it. Everybody watches and sees that. So yeah, to removing Call of Duty off of PlayStation, what, and fall off a cliff and go bankrupt? Like I said, you need PlayStation. PlayStation will damn near go under. No. PlayStation will still survive. What's going to happen is Microsoft's publishing will die and Activision will leave. And they'll go back to PlayStation and say, I'm trying to survive. You're crazy. That's why they had to put Call of Duty on Switch. And they're making their publishing look like it's okay because they're living off of that sticker stamp they put over Call of Duty success over multiple generations. Wake up. It's a failure, bro. And the way Asha, fake, ain't even a real gamer, don't understand gaming at all, it's all fake, you're being brainwashed. Just moving her vision for Xbox is absolutely nothing like Phil's vision. Phil Spencer is significantly more intelligent than her gaming-wise and actually competed for multiple generations. Don't come to me with that. And change will be coming if you want to play certain games, and you know what I mean. Cool, but you see how 23 people like this? This is all Xbox fanboys. It don't mean nothing. Look, this ain't nothing new to me. All I'm going to say is look, bro, if you're so big on Xbox, go ahead and enjoy it. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on attacking the BS. You can get mad at me all you want, bro. I've been gaming since 1993. 34 plus years. Damn near. Since regular NES, I've seen it all. I know real gaming. You know what I mean? You're not going to deceive me. You're talking to a guy that has beaten over 3,000 plus video games his life. I've beaten a lot of video games. I've been number one in the world in certain games. I put a lot of time into gaming. And I know the heart and soul of gaming. I'm a master at this. I just haven't been doing videos. It's been 2 years, 6 months now. But I tell you what, though, I know gaming. And this stuff I see today, I'm like, no. A bunch of garbage and sugar-coated microtransaction to make it sales, to make it seem like it's better than it should be. Remove microtransactions and see the real picture. Nintendo later.